As always, right, welcome into the Trade Circle. It is Tuesday, April 8th. I thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys loving the trading space. Trading is really fun. It's really fun. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for us, but again, though, right, it's a challenge that can pay us and treat us well, and just add a different lifestyle to us. But here in the trade circle and most educational, we're an educational platform, so any trade idea or suggestion, it is trade at your own risk. So trade responsibly, know how to leverage, know how to lot size. If you don't know how to do any of those things, we do have a calculator for you guys, right? That I created a short video on the recordings. You know how to calculate your lot sizes and everything right here. So on the left hand side, in your base, in your base indicator. So yeah, but yeah, let's kick it off. Let's get this morning started here. Let's see if we can catch some pips with gold. Alrighty. But yeah, back to kind of what you were saying, Tommy, right? Is like when is price ready? Like we're looking for sales, right? We're in a sell area, etc. But this price right now on the 5 minute chart, the 5 minute chart, I would say, guys, using the box system is our momentum, right? Our momentum reader. And the momentum technically is not ready for us to sell, right? On the 5 minute charts, the big frame. Remember, there are three boxes, right? There are three boxes. If we open up the settings, we have the 17 box, the 52, and the 204. The medium, small, medium, large. Okay. And the big box, the little box, right, is the 17. The medium box is the 52. And then the entire box right here is the 204. All right. Now, it's just crazy how these numbers are fractal and they all kind of align, right? Um, the 204, that means that there are 204 5 minute candlesticks inside. Okay, I think we mentioned this on Sunday. There are 204 5 minute candlesticks inside. Okay. If you multiply everything, you crunch up the numbers and then calculate an hour, there's technically in there 17 hours. Okay. So we kind of go back to this number and this number. So the magic number to all this is 17. Okay. So on the 5 minute chart, you'll hear me say the big box or the last 17 hours. But this only is true on the 5 minute chart. Okay. Only is true on the 5 minute chart. Alrighty. So I like to start my day, and there's actually 17 participants in the class. Oh my goodness. No pun intended there, y'all. How that number is just working for us right now. There was a there was this movie called, it's probably one of the worst movies of what's his name? Jim Carrey. I think it was like the number 24. He couldn't stop seeing that number. It just reminded me of that. I went to go see it in the movies. He was trying to be I guess it was a long time ago. But every morning at this exact time, right? The last 17 hours is what's letting me know if I should look for buys or sells, wait, or so forth. So as far as right now, right, this thing is bullish. And that's why we do a top-down analysis of where price could go, right? Um, and I have some few targets right here that I'm looking at, right? Like for example, we have this 30-minute zone. It's also the previous daily open. A lot of volume is there. If the previous daily open does not bring price down, it'll go up to the previous daily high, which is very near that daily midpoint of the 17. Remember that? So we got places to go to the top. There's enough pips to work with to work. But I do want to show you guys this here. I think the market is going to continue going upwards. But let me show you guys something here of the small box on the 5 minute time frame. Alrighty. Remember, in order for price to trend, okay, in order for price to trend smoothly, okay, the edge of the small box needs to be here, because as we get new candlesticks moving forward, the midpoint also goes up. So the reason why price did not take off from there is because of the edge of the 17. The edge of the 17 is bearish. You guys see that? It's going to be going on a decline. So it's kind of like a balance system. Like, wait a second, you're not going to buy immediately from there because we need to get rid of all of these candlesticks that are somewhat in a downtrend scenario. All right. So if we hit play, right? Price said nope, not yet. Now, we did come back and retest this midpoint of the small box. As Dan likes to say, right? The planets are aligned bullish. We got the 17 midpoint there, the 52 midpoint there, and the 204 midpoint here. Okay, that is perfect alignment for us to continue bullish. It may take a little while because of the same thing, right? Because of this decline at the edge of the 17 box. Alrighty. So we may have to wait a few minutes, or we can get a little bit lower. I don't mind buying lower. Okay. I don't mind buying from anywhere around here. Let's say 309, the 50% of the medium box. Alrighty. That's kind of the idea. Let's do this. And actually, if we can go to the previous daily open as a first target, I will like that. Yesterday, Cindy, you were asking me, right, if we touch that zone, remember that 8-hour zone, should we buy? And I was saying, I think we should buy. It didn't touch it, just barely missed it. But that would have been a good position right here. At maybe 50% of this rally-based rally right here, of the second rally. That would have been a good one right there. Okay. That would have been a really, really good one. $52, my switch then? Okay.
G Money, I got a question.
Yes,
So if the 5 minute is bullish, you will never sell. Like if the box is bullish, you will never sell.
correct. Yes, yes, because that's 5-minute momentum can control the day. Okay.
Okay.
It can control the day. So right now, this is not allowing me. Yeah, I cannot sell this, man. I cannot sell this. I, you know, now
It'll be
once we start seeing some so for example, good point there. The 1 hour is bearish, right? Let me go to the hour. Okay. 29.60. Nice. Hey, good stuff, Swan Andy. I like you. I like when you're saying close, man. I like when you're saying close. That's gonna be my favorite words from you. So the 1 hour is bearish, right? The 1 hour is bearish. So there is more strength down, but we just want to make sure we get that shift. And that shift for us is going to come in the 5-minute chart. Okay. It's going to come in the 5-minute chart. All the volume is 834. And we do have the structural points here. Low, excuse me. High, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. If these midpoints, Tommy, don't turn price around, and then the sell does get deeper and actually touches the midpoint of here, well, this is a strong impulse down, right? That maybe after a little while it could shift. So, so check this out here. Okay, so remember I had these structure points right here. Well, because of this higher high, let me hide the indicators. Remember these structure points that I had? Well, because of this higher high, I only follow 4 points, right? We technically have this. So now all we need to do is break this one, and we can potentially have a better shift. You see that?
Yeah.
What do you mean shift? Shift which way?
One second.
You said a better shift.
Yes. One second. Pratchett just messaged me. Oh, she is in here. Okay. Just see you here, Prachi. I'm not sure what. Let me know. Yeah. Okay. What was the question, Cindy?
You said if the price reaches that low, we'll have a better shift. What do you mean?
Yes. So I guess you could say like a
Shift to
change,
bearish?
shift to bearish. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Shift to bearish. Correct. So we when how we describe markets and I market, like a lot of a lot of people here, you may see it before. This is a bullish structure, right? A lot of times when this first low gets broken, people are labeling that like kind of change of character as a fancy term, and then they wait for a pullback, and then they sell from up here, right? But I the way I've seen it though, right, is that we this is not a break of structure, right? The structure started um from down here. So that's the start of the structure. We need to break two lows to really have that shift. And once we have that shift, this big push down is the new impulse. We'll let price retrace, and then we tackle it from this side. So as you guys see here, the drop is coming pretty strong. Yeah, the drop is coming pretty strong. And again, it's a lot of patience.
And even though the planets aren't alignment, as I say, we are below both midpoints of the 52 and 17, which could
Oh
have
yes,
pressure to push it down, right?
good observation. Yeah, good comment there too. So kind of back to what you were saying, um, Tommy, or you're asking, right? Um, right now we do have bullish structure, but where the current price, oh, where where like the candlesticks are right now are below the midpoints, right? So I mean, they're trying to get below the midpoints, so that's the reason why we could go lower.
Mhm.
All right, so we just got to wait and see here. Let's see how the reaction does right here.
Right. And as well, within what, three candlesticks, we'll see the 52 backs and 17 back shift midpoints,
Yep.
or at least get closer, if not equal.
Well, this one right here, right? Like in about 15 minutes, yeah. So this is what thing is going to happen. On this one, I'm still waiting because the momentum could shift. So yeah, hold on one second. This is just an idea. So here's and again this is what's going to happen very soon. All right, I drawings. Okay, that's why understanding where the low is at for each one is important. But we'll focus on these two boxes by themselves. Okay, we'll just focus on the small box and then the medium box. Okay, because they all work together. So this is the low, and this is the high of the medium box. Okay. Once we get two more candlesticks that print, we're going to eliminate this candle and this candle. They'll get out of range, right? They'll get out of range. And then we have this big one to deal with. Once we get that third candlestick and we get rid of this big one, what is going to happen to the low of that 52 range, right? It's going to shift up from this low to this low. Boom. And if that shifts up, the midpoint is also going to shift up that same distance. And if it does shift up on that same distance, right, this midpoint is actually going to be up here. That makes sense? And now the planets are aligned this way. And that makes a more bearish momentum. I'm glad that made sense, Letitia. Miss Letitia. So,
But the 17 will also shift by 3 candles, right?
yeah, yes, good observation there, Cindy.
So won't that bring that midpoint up?
No, because we need to get rid of this low and this low and this high.
Oh,
So it has
okay.
a little bit more candlesticks. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candlesticks instead of 3. So the 52 has about 3 more, and then this one has about 9. You see? So yeah, so that's kind of how it works there. So yeah, this system here is and this actually we're going to be going over this on our part 3 on Sunday in more detail. The timing. I'm also going to see if I can get my colleague to come and help me with that class because he's the master of that, of reading that shift. But that's why, again, it's to me it all starts over here. Okay, where is price going to go? Okay, you know, and if we have a destination, we don't get impatient because let's say, for example, price does sell all the way down to the edge of this box. Well, that's $37. That's 300 and something pips, right? That's plenty of space. All I need is 50 or 90, capitalize from it, and I don't gotta be forced to get the entire move. Okay. It's just a matter of just waiting for price to really shift. Or the momentum to be bearish. Another confirmation is the ETM candles. Okay, we can start going to a 15-minute time frame, and we see this is a break of structure candle based on the ETM. If this break of structure candle does not do its job and turn price around, it will behave like a flip zone, right? Impulse, correction, entry there, and then we can take it back down. Yeah, so I think this is what's going to happen, guys. Yeah, I would like us to break this low. If we do break this low, I think we're going to get one more reaction here. And then we can come back down. Okay. Personally, I don't mind actually buying from now from 29.95 because this midpoint could give us a nice bounce. Okay.
But you wouldn't take the sell now at that below the midpoint
Um,
of the middle box?
if those are kind of like a little, because see, the momentum is there. You're seeing the momentum, Cindy, right? So
Yeah.
like those are the things where it's like you guys will start learning to execute by yourselves, right? Me as in my position now, trying to trade and educate, I've learned to be more patient because of that factor of like, trying to teach and trade at the same time. But the momentum is there. I mean, the momentum is there. Just a matter of, if you're looking for $2, $3 changes, capitalize and scalp it. But it's showing there.
And we just saw that little shift you were talking about. The midpoint did move up a tad.
Did it? Okay, perfect.
Oh.
All right, we'll see it here. Look. Um, this is what Dan likes to do here. After we get rid of this candlestick, I'm gonna make a box right here of the 52 bucks. And I'll put the midline right there. Alrighty. Here in about 4 minutes, this will shift up, and therefore the midpoint also will shift up. But I'm going to show you guys here how that works. Now, Cindy, if you were to sell here, right, just on a momentum trade, where would be your take profit?
At that first lower low right there.
This one right here?
Yeah, the
Perfect.
bottom of the box.
Another one you can put is at the edge of the smaller box, or the medium box, excuse me, which simultaneously is the big one over there. So the highs and lows, or the top edges and the bottom, are also good target areas to take price. So that's
See, right
good.
after I say that, the candle goes up.
but that's just only a pullback, right? Again, all right, so look at these candlesticks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive candlesticks being bearish. And the next one always opens, comes back and retests about 50% of it, and then we go down. So I think we showed that example in the pre-market where how a daily candlestick works. Well, the same thing on the 5-minute candlesticks. One opens and closes, the other one comes about 50% and then drops down. Opens and closes, 50% comes down, right? And it's exactly what happened here. That one open and closed bearish. The new one opened up. We got a wick about halfway, and then we're going down. That's what I personally call trending candlesticks. All righty, see here, 2 more minutes and this thing shifts. I'm just looking for confirmation of what's going to keep us down. Okay, perfect, right here. See this little rally-based rally? That is a sign at an equilibrium zone. A 20-minute zone. I believe on the 15-minute chart, or on the 10-minute chart, it was also a drop-based drop that got engulfed, and now we're below it again. So this area here was an equilibrium zone based on ETM, and that's going to behave like a ceiling. So, it's giving confirmation that the pressure is coming from the top side. I personally would like for this low to get this low to get broken. Test the midpoint of the bigger box. So that'll be one impulse. And then here we're going to come back and retest. So from there to get the bigger move. Any still here is opportunity. Just got to know how to take profit.
So after it goes that retest and then starts back down, that's where you would enter?
Yes. Because I would like to enter try to time the retracement, right? So we have the impulse, which will break this, and after every impulse, we're going to get a retracement. So I always try to enter as price is retracing, and trying to time the turn for us to go down.
Because that's how the market always moves, right? Impulse correction, impulse.
Absolutely.
It has to move like that.
It has to. Like, yep, it has to. Sometimes you get the bigger moves, huge ones because of news or whatnot, but yeah.
Okay.
It's here. So 30 minutes, drop base drop. Gotcha. There you go. So you see how the box just shifted, guys? See how this box here, we got rid of those 3, 4 candlesticks. The box shifted up. So what happened? This box went up, and it technically didn't shift the order just yet, but it will a little bit more and more here soon. Right. So the momentum is turning. The momentum, and the midpoint is the momentum. Remember, guys, the midpoint is the momentum. But yeah, I think I like sales. At least to the midpoint, which is 29.97. I'm gonna start scaling in a few entries. 29.97, guys.
That would be your take profit, right?
Yes, correct. All right. So I scaled in some entries there just to kind of like, get test the waters a little bit. I don't put a whole lot size in there as far as a proper plan, just kind of like just something minimal to get get the feet wet. Any pullback, up is an opportunity for more entries. Okay. Which I'll advise here shortly if we get.
I have a question, G-Money.
Go for it,
So
man.
yesterday, I lost a bit of money because I sold, which was a good decision, but then I think I didn't get my entry right. So then it went into drawdown, and then I got scared and I closed the trade, and then it went all the way down, and then that was even before you told everybody to sell gold yesterday, so it went down even more. So I sold like all the way at the top, and I closed it because I got scared of the drawdown. So what's your advice there? Like, do I gotta
Were
time
you
out?
like over leveraged, or you just had a lot of drawdown, or how?
Well, I mean, for my account, I think I was a bit over leveraged, yeah, because I ended up being $20 in drawdown, which was too much.
And what was your account size? Like a couple of hundred?
No, even less than that. Like I
Okay,
had,
okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Um, right now
Um,
gold is moving more than normal when it comes to pips, but I was talking to Joe yesterday, and I was telling him, right, this move from the other day. If you guys remember, right, we were trying to sell this impulse correction around right here, and this thing just kept climbing up, climbing up, climbing up. Well, guys, I was in drawdown like $40. How many pips is that?
400, right?
I was in drawdown 400 pips, right?
Then what?
And,
What you do with a stop loss?
well, I didn't put a stop loss because I wasn't over leveraged,
Oh,
but I
okay.
I did put entry here, entry there, entry there, entry there, one more entry there, right?
You at the top, you like Lambo lotted basically.
And yes, once it gets to this peak here, right? You put a little bit more lot size because it's the highest it could go. And then once everything comes back down, it starts balancing out. And then you
Mm.
can say, like, you know what? I was in red, I was in deep red, I got in some blue. You know what? Let's close the trade and be done. Um, a lot of the advice out there, guys, is, you know, like in my opinion, right? Trading is about multiplying your money, right? Just to give you an extra to start 100, 200, $400 extra a month. Once you get better, you do that to 1,000. Once you get better, you 1,500, 2,000, et cetera, et cetera. Right? The biggest danger for me is thinking that we can actually compound an account from $100 to $1,000,000 just because the spreadsheet says it, right? It's very hard, guys. It's very, very hard. And I think that's where people struggle. It's like, oh man, if I take a loss, I'm gonna make my money go down, and then therefore my compounding plan goes out, right? I think to me, trading gives the opportunity to be able to make money from our phone. Just add a little bit of lifestyle to your life. Maybe once a weekend or once a month, we take ourselves out little by little, and we enjoy the fruits of the labor, right? Um, but because again, guys, there's been times, and you probably guys experience the same thing, where you got an account from $500 to 1,000, and just because their account increase, what does the calculator say? So for in general, right? Let's say you start an account size with $500, and you're using a 0.01 lot size, or maybe two. Okay. The moment your account size gets to 1,000, based on risk to reward, account balance, and risk percentage, what does your lot size do automatically? 0.04, right? Because it doubles. Well, guys, sometimes mentally we're not ready for that drawdown at 0.04. So keep trading at 0.02. Even if you get your account size to $5,000, mentally we may not be ready for that lot size to increase, right? So keep trading at a 0.02. 0.02 is where you find some comfort, where it's making you $200 a day or $100 a day. The moment we start upping our lot size too much, we get in drawdown, like you said, Tommy, right? And the next thing you know, you lose your account when you were in the right direction the entire time. You're in the right direction the entire time. So, my advice, guys, with gold, I want us to make some money here, but at any account size that is less than $1,000, that's the lot size we stick to, right there, right there. Just keep it nice and tight. Learn how to make $200, cash at 100, and even regardless how big your account is, little by little, chip away, little by little, chip away.
Initially, I was taught to not look at the dollars, to just count the pips.
The pips.
Try and get 50 pips a day, and
Well, as
don't
long
look
as you
at
know
the
how much that
dollars.
multiplies to, Cindy, it's not a bad idea. We do gotta learn how to multiplies. So I do like the 50 pip plan, because obviously pips and lot size is what pays us, right? Pips and lot size is what pays us. So we have to know um how much 50 pips pays us and how much 50 pips takes away. So yeah, that is good advice. Yeah, try to catch 50 pips a day. I think that's good. That's really, really
It
good.
seems psychologically easier than saying, "Oh my God, I lost $50 or whatever."
Yep, good point. And we actually have a calculation for that, right? A 0.03 times 50 pips, correct me if I'm wrong, Dan and Daniela, that is $15, right?
Yes, on gold.
On any USD pair,
Right.
quoted USD pair. 0.03 will pay us $15 at every 50 movement. So the goal is to try to get at least one of this or times three. So that's a $45 day, right? Imagine that as you get a $45 day, guys, times five. Actually, let's do times three. Okay, $45 day times three. That's $135 a week. Multiply that times four. It's an extra $500 a month. It's not Lambo a lot of money, but
That's my goal.
it gets you confidence growing. I do like the next entry from here, guys. Let's see here. Hold on. Sí, Paul, me gusta. All right, let's see.
And do you recommend What do you think about funded accounts?
They're fine. They can add some stress in there because of the
Well,
what do you call it? Because of the rules. All right, hold on, let's see what happens here. So right now, guys, look, the price, the midpoint lines, they're here, exactly here. This could be an impulse, and this is the correction happening. All right, let's see what happens. I think we had a ETM candle up here. Yeah, it is up here, right there. So hopefully that holds.
And so how do you determine your stop loss? By
Um,
structure or by pips?
yeah, the structure as well. So as far as like every time I try to get in, I try to get in where I think price will turn. So I'm a little off today by a few pips, but a lot of times, yeah, it's going to be the structure move. The structure move will be up there, and but we do have this 2 minute zone right here.
So you'd put it what at 3016 or at 3019?
A little bit higher, a little bit higher. Like almost just above
Um,
this zone right here, this high.
Okay.
Alrighty. Two. All right. Yeah, so guys, so again, we're retesting the support and resistance of the previous weekly low. I believe that was it. Let me see. Yes. And I'm thinking price is going to continue going lower from there. Yeah. What I say the take profit was, guys? Well, this box also shifted.
2997.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Yeah, so this one right here, this will be the last. If you're not in there and you're still patiently waiting, um, any last sales are going to be right here at the previous weekly low area, 3016, 3018 price level. That is the last sell high area there is. And as long as, sí, Pablo, inmediatamente las pongo en la sección que tenemos. Okay. So I am personally in this area, right? There's not that Instagram entry, but I'm in a good sell, a pullback area to sell. This one up here, the higher area, is the last resort to think sells. Okay, which I also do like. And if we don't get the push back down, guys, like how I wanted to, here within the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, if we don't get this thing down by 9:15, okay, what's concerning to me is that the edge of this box here will be at an incline. Okay. And I think that's what we were talking about yesterday, right, Joe? where it's like this momentum here will be the one to say, okay, you know what, we are incorrect. So here we'll wait here by 9:15, so 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We'll see how this momentum plays out. I just realized we stuck with gold this entire time. All right, I'm putting an alarm up here, guys. I just need to take my ass with gold for 1 second. I'll be right back with this chair, with this pair. And let me see what else is doing. Good. Let's check out the big boys first. And a lot of you guys like those pairs. This one's still signaling bearish. Oh, perfect. The NAS on the 4-hour has nice bearish structure. We have here some good higher lows there. I mean, lower lows, excuse me. And let me. The NAS is actually at the midpoint of this of the 1-hour of the bigger frame. So that's going to be interesting. If you guys are NAS traders, I think I see a nice area here. There it is. Right here, nice little 8-hour drop, base drop. So I'm liking this for the NAS. If we get the confirmation to sell. Yep. General direction there, guys. And where's the other one? This Tesla one, I think we've been monitoring this one just for monitoring purposes. But yeah, I mean, this one, anything below 300, you know, you're more of an investor, was good areas to purchase some shares. 200 even better, guys. 200 even better. With everything going on, with fundamentally news, President Trump, Elon Musk in the mix of things, you can start hearing a lot of bad stuff about Tesla, and it's going to be done on purpose, right? People, the big money doesn't want you to buy it. They want to buy it low, right? They throw some bad news out there to say, hey, you know what, I'm not going to invest in this, or I'm going to sell my shares so we can take it back up. So just FYI on that one, I do foresee it going back up at some point. But this is not a trading one. This is just kind of more of a investor one. Bitcoin is interesting. So just another thing too, guys, right? I sometimes purposely step away from the gold chart. I also on my trading view, I try not to look at the price too much when I'm in drawdown or in profit because emotions just kind of kick in. Um, even to this day, right? We're all, if we get in a roller coaster, no matter we get in a roller coaster 100 times, right? We're still gonna get butterflies in our stomach. So same thing with this trading thing, right? It's gonna give us those butterflies, whether we're in profit or not, in drawdown. So one of the things that I did to control that is just, just put the phone away so I can breathe and uh and go from there. But I do like to stare at the chart, like as far as like what's it doing, right? Like, hey, it got in our entry, hey, we're in our take profit now or whatnot. That is to me, that's important to me. All right, so we got a nice touch. I'm in drawdown still because I got the lower entries. If you got that 2 minute drop entry, you're definitely in profit. Okay.
We're in drawdown, buddy. We're in this together.
Don't tell me
But
that. Don't tell me
I
that.
open up I open up another seller for 3016.
Oh, you did up
But
here.
I put the Lambo up before, man. I should have just
Oh no,
wait.
no. The Lambo is like the third, man. The Lambo is the third one.
Yeah.
One, like, yeah, the first, second entry, they're just kind of tester ones. And then the
Makes sense.
Lambo lamps is the higher one. Like, so good.
Gotcha.
So it's two options here, man. Okay, good. And thanks for that comment there because it will help us. Okay, so I am in my worst entry. Shoot, my worst entry is at 306. Damn, I thought it was more here. So I got one at 309, around right there, and I got the other one kind of like down here. So it's pretty bad, right? So these are obviously just little tester entries. When we get up there, that's when we put that bigger lot. But if we don't get up there, Swanandi, and then this one does break this structure here, and then we get the pullback, then we can get another Lambo lot entry there to take it down. You see what I'm saying? That's how I do it. So either just chip away, bigger lot. I not an answer there because I was waiting for this alarm to hit. But if we get the drop, pullback, okay, perfect. Momentum is in our favor. Let's enter and capitalize pretty quickly on the Lambo lot. Only take it for about a 20, 35 pip move. Take partials and then let the rest run. So that's how it works. Nice.
And then
There
you
you
put
go. There you go. So Nandy, so you closed your bad entry and break even.
Yeah. I just
And
closed it
see,
out just now, and then I'm just gonna keep the eye entry, which makes a lot of sense. So if it goes up, I'm not even risking that much because
and
my entries are
what was your
2015
what
and
was your what was your entry? Your Lambo lot entry, give or take?
uh 30 11.
3011. Let's see here, around right here, right?
Yeah.
So you held this drawdown. There was a bigger lot
Yeah.
size, and then you entered again from here. This one is probably in profit, and you
Yep, it
close
is.
this one, and you close this one and break even. See, guys,
Yep.
that right there is what Andy. That's trading. Learning how to win, learning how to protect your capital. That is trading right there, guys. That, in my opinion, right? How I found success is like learn how to win. We're in the ring when we're actually in the charts. We're in the ring with Mike Tyson in his prime, right? And if we can get one good punch and then just walk out of the ring and run away, I don't think anybody's gonna tell you, you're a chicken. You did the right thing, Andy. You got one good punch on Mike Tyson and you left the ring running. I would probably do the same thing. Good job. Right. So that's what trading is, guys, right? I think just sometimes the whole technical stuff of trading and in the prettiness of it, and it's not pretty, man. Trading is not pretty. It's not pretty. It's a heavy movement stuff, and I just want to know, can I win this day? Right? You took your emotions out of that Lambo lot. Good job. You got your higher entry and profit if you're still in it. And next time we'll just get a better entry.
Yeah, bro, I'm still in it. I ain't closing that. I'm targeting 29.90
Yeah,
down here on the swing that you have markup with the 5 minute.
yeah. Let me see here.
That's
Hold on.
29.90 or it's on the 3 hour. Because if you look on your 1 hour, right, I'm seeing a fair value gap like that like price left from last night. Yeah.
On the 1 hour?
Yeah, you're right there. This is the one that you got mocked up. Yeah. So what I'm thinking about to make it an N wave price, probably bounce there and then retrace back up
Okay.
if it's gonna go higher to 30.62 because you need that pullback anywhere there to like push
Yeah.
forward.
No, I think, yeah, I would like for it to test down here. I think we measured that previous daily candle, and I would like to see how price reacts to that 23%. Well, so let's make sure take profits are there. Ideally for me, guys, I mean, where's the 23% of the previous day? Let me go to the other chart that we marked up. There it is. 29.85, guys. I think we can get to 29.85. Um, I think that's a good area. And then here, this thing can just turn very slowly. Okay, this thing can turn very, very slowly to balance out. Because again, price needs to be balanced. And I think it's a good area for us to do that. All right, y'all.
You mean to buy back in to go up?
Yeah, to buy back in. Yes, 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 yes. But obviously, take profit is there first. Well, we got to take profit a little bit higher, 2997. But yes, and there, that's where I'll monitor chart off hours and share with you guys in the chat. Oh, speaking of that, right quick, guys, I do want to. I think we mentioned it yesterday, right? You know, the Circle platform is holding its own to host stuff, but it's not my favorite when it comes to the chat. Sometimes I get the message, and sometimes I don't. And I don't know how you guys are on the back end. So what I do want to try out, guys, is seeing maybe we can move our active trading chat maybe to WhatsApp and kind of communicate there. So, for example, all members, right? You guys can actually message me directly from here. But sometimes the messages come in, sometimes they don't. And I just feel like WhatsApp's more reliable when it comes to instant communication. So on the member checklist, I'm going to be adding a new um where's it at? Let me exit it quick. On the member checklist that we have, yeah, right here. Okay. I'm gonna be adding a new one that says join our WhatsApp community. And then here, once you're in here, here goes the link for you guys to join directly. It's going to be called our inner circle chat. This is going to be mainly for questions, direct questions for group members only. I know some questions are being thrown in the Telegram, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind, but I'd rather you guys get support directly from me or the community, right? Through the channels that we have. So once I activate it, guys, I'll let you guys know. And again, the right free stuff, Telegram, paid stuff, WhatsApp. I think that's one way to kind of differentiate stuff. We'll still host the recordings here on the Circle platform. We'll still host the courses. Also, too, right? The Circle app is not working very well for me in the schedule. The links are not showing up, but you can always come to your browser, go to this site and log in that I just shared in the chat, and then you can get in there. Alrighty. But we'll give it a try, guys, to see how it is. I just want to make sure that we stay engaged, we stay communicating off hours. Okay. Um, I was speaking to the team, our trading, our pre-lounges, our everything else, everything is there, right? The consistency is there. I just would like to see where can we find a channel to really engage and stay connected off hours with any questions you guys may have. Okay.
That's what I've been going to the trade circle on the browser rather than the app. But still, it seems like the links are hard to find. They don't show up until the last minute, and it's a teeny tiny little little bitty link. Is
Gotcha.
there a chance we can make that like
Let's
paper
see.
text or something?
So I think, like, for example, when you do go to the platform, Cindy, you go to events,
Go to events.
and then here, whatever you have, right? So you do click, like, for example, tomorrow's session.
So you have to RSVP first.
I don't think you have to, but if you do, it will remind you. And I think you also get an email with the link as well. But if you click anywhere here, actually, you know what's cool about this too, right? Is that you know, like, for example, this is one way I can check, you know, the audience. So for example, I can view as Cindy, just so I can make sure that, you know, you have access. So this is basically your view, events. You click on tomorrow's session, and then here there is a little bit of link, like you said, join virtual event, and that's where it'll open up the Zoom for you on the browser.
So for today's, it was over on the left under details, and it was a little teeny word that said link, and it didn't show up until like the last minute.
Really? Yeah, that's one thing that I am noticing about this Circle app is just on the app itself, it's not even showing up at all, but it is showing the past events, like what's going on. So, you know, that's kind of where, you know, I am a little bit displeased on this platform. But you know, that's why I want to make sure that we're readily available to answer questions, and we're gonna try to do the WhatsApp thing for a
Because I
little
like
while.
to get the links ahead of time, put them in my calendar, so that when I get an alarm, oh, there's a call on, I could just click on the link in my calendar.
Got it.
But instead, I got to spend 10 minutes figuring out where the link is.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll definitely see if I can find a fix for that, okay? And let you
That'd be
know.
awesome.
And not
Thank
only
you.
that, I think once you RSVP to all the sessions, you will get email notifications through the circle. So if you hit the like when you go to the event, hit RSVP, and you can select the whole list of like for all the live trades or whatever, and you get email notification as well.
Okay, that's good too.
Yeah, I think you'll get the alert, the reminder like 1 hour before. Yeah. Yeah, for the chat stuff, yeah, I want to make sure what's a good platform just to be like the active chat. Like, for example, you know, we're in a live trading now, but when I'm out, like when we're off hours of live trading or before, if I want to send something quick, that's, you know, that can help with the trade, or an update. I want something fast. Telegram is pretty good, but sometimes Telegram can get a little bit noisy. WhatsApp, I think everybody knows how to use it and is familiar with it quickly, and I think we have more say on it. But yeah, so we're still holding this, guys. I mean, I think some people won. Sean Andy got in there. Let me just
I'm
quickly
back
check.
in drawdown.
Oh, are you? I think me too.
I
Yeah.
got in at 3009.
Did you have leverage to margin, excuse me, Cindy, to go a little bit higher, to get a little bit higher?
Yeah.
Okay. Just FYI, right? Just something to think about if you didn't over leverage your first entry, right? Kind of layer them a little bit. But
Yeah, I just did one entry.
so see, the euro is dropping, so that's a good sign for us. Dollar strength. GU is getting the rejection now. Gold is just being a little bit stubborn. It's a little bit heavier than everything else. So I do like the sales, guys. Okay. Just hopefully we don't get all right, so for GBP USD, let this 1 hour candlestick close, and then we'll attack it on the next wick to about the 50% of it, and then I like to sell. Okay, I like to sell back down to the lows. My suggestion though is let the candlestick close in about 35 minutes. The stop loss will be above the high of that candle, and we can take it back down here. All right, this is just a kind of a rough draft on this from the 1 hour chart. There we have it, y'all. We will close shop. I'll get this here within the before the next 30 minutes. I'll get the whole WhatsApp thing working together. You'll get a message from us, and we'll go from there. Everybody good to go?
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. We'll see you guys in the next one. Tommy, how you doing, Tommy?
Thanks
Good,
so much.
good stuff, guys. We'll see you guys.
But
Learning.
Gracias.
De nada, nada.
Venga, esa ventita.
Bueno, ¿dónde
Thank
entraste
you.
tú?
Yo ahora, en esta zona.
Ah, okay, yo también estoy en break-even. La entrada que era acá buena, estaba esta entrada acá. That was a good entry here, guys. That was the one to take. So Nanny got it though, man. Didn't tell nobody. But good stuff,
Didn't
man.
you get it, bro? You called it out.
No, I had the
Why?
alarm up
Why
here.
would you not get in?
Because I had the alarm up here. Look, I had the alarm up here.
Hey, G,
Yeah,
can you go back on your 6 hour? Let me show you something real
let
quick
me
before we
check.
close
Yeah,
out.
we'll do that.
Because what I was saying, zoom out. Okay. If you
Oh.
realize, right? I mean, I was just marking up the same thing. Like going up with the end waves with the buys. And then if you look to the cross, it's like right over there in the constellation. It went right back in. So it's like a break and retest.
This area here.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Okay.
if you going over now with the ETM, it's like it just makes sense, like a break and retest, like it's trying to create like a head and shoulders to go lower.
Well, you said 6 hour. Were you looking at this or you were looking at this right here?
So I'm just looking at the overall trend.
Gotcha.
And
So
then when you realize it's sweet liquidity, then it go back in 30-20 for the retest to go lower.
yeah, so think about this like like it is a consolidation stone right here, right?
Yep.
And then this right here is about 50% of it. So yes, I mean this consolidation area will behave like an Asian range, will behave like a time box, and yeah, so it all works the same, man. It all works the same. It's just a matter of kind of where do you find it, and it broke. So we have a huge impulse. This wick here, this was a pullback. Another wick here. Buyers did try to push up from after this consolidation area got broken, but the sellers are strong, man. The sellers are strong.
I
Yes.
had the 30-20 era markup, but I was just iffy on my alert, man.
All good, man. All good. All right, guys. We'll check out. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
My pleasure.